Item 4 this evening is public input. Citizens may speak to issues not on tonight's agenda that are specific to the business of the city. Citizens, if before speaking, would you please give your full name and address for the minutes, and try your best to limit your comments to 3 minutes. I knew you were jumping up for something.
David Janke, 8428 Eastwood Road. Good evening, Mayor and council members. I did put my hand up like this, that's why I thought you'd see that.
My bad.
One quick question I want to ask. I seen, and so they don't take up too much time. Has that check been paid that the argument's been about for a long time that I'm getting tired of hearing?
No, but it'll be taken care of at the end of this month.
But I thought the resolution was just for that money and not the tax thing. I mean, the tax thing I think should have been held up. But I you know what, I'm not going to say anymore. I personally think it should have been paid and then the tax took care of however it was. I have a problem with that, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. The other thing I want to talk about is I hear they're about enlarging the staff to get the work done. And I see the mayor and everybody else in Minneapolis cutting down. And I can't imagine us enlarging staff or paying more money to get this work done. We got to figure out ways to cut costs just like the state is doing, because we're not going to have the money to do this stuff. So I'm very concerned about that. And I was thinking about this here fee that they're charging council members to get information. I have a problem with that because we have the strong form of government, the city administrator versus the council. You know, there's 2 forms of government where the city administrator is the strong form, which was voted down, and we have the strong form of government. So I believe that anybody, you know, unless it goes way back or something, but anybody from the council should have access to that information. And the reason I'm saying that is because say there was something going wrong, 3 members didn't, and I'm just giving an example, I'm not accusing anybody, but 3 members didn't agree with what they thought was going wrong, and 2 members do. According to that, those 2 members couldn't do a thing about it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on in cities that people are investigating and stuff. So what I'm saying is, say 2 members say, hey, you know, there's something that I got to look at that I don't think is going wrong. Unless they get the full council's permission, the way I understand it, they can't get those without paying. And I disagree with that because they're representing me, and I think they should have access to all that information. And I, in this day and age, I don't think it should take that long to get that information, because you got computers and all that stuff, you know, but I don't know how much, but I'm very concerned about that. I think it's wrong. And then the other question is, just talk about cutting costs, and this might be a minor, but I noticed different things, you know. The other night I was watching your work session, and this comp time, when you come down here on Friday, last summer you used to come down here Friday, it was like a ghost town. This comp time seems to build up, and I think that can be cut down. I mean, these are just suggestions, because I noticed Giovanna was here for the first item on the deal, and then they had her scheduled for the last item. So she gets comp time for all that. Why wouldn't you schedule it there and let her go home? There might be other circumstances. I just want to bring it up to the attention. Then there's one more question. The person that does our headhunting, or the agency, I've been reading that Mounds View Matters, and you know, I mean, people can put on there that are false stuff or something, but I did do some checking into parts of it. And I personally believe, and you guys should check, you as the mayor should check, to see when we hired the last city administrator, if that outfit didn't lie to us about some of the things. I personally think that headhunter didn't tell us, or this council, everything that's going on. That's all I got to say, but I think someone should check into it. Thank you.
Make it? Well, I'll let you go a little bit more, Dave.
Thank you.
Just to respond on the staffing stuff, I don't think you can throw all cities into the same bag right now. I know for a fact that Minneapolis was running very overstaffed for a number of years, and it's a lot easier for them to make those cuts where we've been running lean for a number of years. You know, I happen to be friends with the assistant. Every council member in St. Paul gets their own personal assistant. That assistant makes $52,000 a year, and there's one of those for every council member, and the same thing applies to Minneapolis. So I just don't think it's necessarily fair to throw us all into the same bag there. In terms of the data practice stuff and the comp time, there's just not enough time to get into that in a broad-based discussion at this point in time, but if you need further explanation, I think you know who you can call to get those answers. Okay, Dave, thanks. Anybody else? Super. Seeing no more public input, we're all going to take one giant step backwards because Paul Bunke has